Welcome into the Packers Week 12 breakdown of their game against the San Francisco 49ers. This is obviously the defensive breakdown, and we're going to look at how the Packers were able to make this happen, only giving up 10 points on the day, causing 3 turnovers. Obviously, it was a battered and bruised 49ers team, not at full strength, so this should have been an expectation kind of coming into the game, but let's take a look at the film and see how it happened. All right, taking a look at the first play here. Getting some nice pressure up the middle. Eventually getting a sack here. Just kind of take it back a little bit. This is an inverted cover 2, inverted Tampa 2 is what it seems like. You've got one high safety, but he's actually going to creep down to this deep middle. And then you've got 2 corners that are going deep for the deep halves. But luckily we get some pressure up the middle here from Walker. And then you've got pressure from the edge as well. This is going to force a dropped football by Allen. Drops the ball there. Technically counting as a sack. Forced fumble for Gary. And then the tackle afterwards on Allen. And you'll see it a lot better from the end zone angle. So the idea here is to try to get some pressure from Walker to take this guard out of the play. And then eventually you're going to have Kenny Clark wrap around. But you have 2 of these players that just win. So Walker, he's just trying to bash in to basically clear up space for Kenny Clark. Center does a good job of recognizing. Walker, unfortunately, slips, loses his footing. But Gary gets enough of the elbow of the QB to force this fumble and get a nice sack there. So a lot of pressure at the start of the game. They were pretty consistent with it, and it worked out well for the Packers defense. Next play, I'm really going to start sounding like a broken record here, but this should have been a turnover for the Packers, and it just boils down to the ball skills of Walker. All right, last video on the defense talked about the ball skills needing to improve for Walker. Here he gets another chance, this one even easier than last week's game, of intercepting the ball here. You see Allen thinks he can fit it into this window, is not able to do so. Walker steps in front, tries to catch it with his chest, lets the ball get past his head, and he's not able to reel it in. So unlucky there. Could have been a turnover, could have been more points for the Packers offense, but you move on. All right, next play. Got empty. It looks like you got man coverage all across the board. You have some pressure that's getting brought, but this is a tough play for the Packers to defend. All right, you've got one high safety, you've got pressure that's being brought, man across the board, but you have essentially what looks like a rub route, but it's just this stack formation is too difficult to cover in man. All right, anytime you have a stack or a bunch and you've got this man coverage, it's a little bit too hard to cover because McCaffrey here does a good job of staying tight, right? He could either break out or break in, and this is just a clear, easy first down for the Niners. You'll see it from the end zone angle as well. Have the motion out, motions back into the stack, right? Now you have to figure out who's going to take who. And you can just see the separation that's getting created from that stack formation. All right, so even though Kittle is running a route, right, he's being pressed. There's a lot of contact. All right, it is man coverage. You're going to have those unintentional rubs, or intentional rubs rather, and creating first downs. But it's not necessarily a pass interference. Just good play design there against the man coverage that they saw. Next play, just really good trick play here. Changing the direction. They even could have taken a shot in the middle of the field here, but a nice big play to Debo. You just see the misdirection here. You've got the jet sweep coming across, handoff. And they had to make sure it was a handoff here because otherwise they wouldn't be able to throw it forward. So there you've got the handoff. Pitch backwards, pitch backwards. He probably had an opportunity to hit Kittle here, but it would be about an equal play. but they do have the screen set up. So if we see you got all 4 linemen within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage, and you've got 1 man after the defense starts to flow this way. All right, so a lot of misdirection there, opening this up and getting blocks down the field, getting within the 20 into the red zone. So really just good play design there by Shanahan. You'll see it again from the end zone angle here. Misdirection, everyone flowing one way, everyone flows back, and now you've got to reset and figure out, okay, where's number 1? And get him tackled within the 20. Next play ends up being a touchdown here to Kittle in the middle of the end zone, and we're going to focus on Williams here. This is just good eyes by the QB. All right, he's going to flip his hips, so it seems like he's reading these 2 receivers, but he's always wanting to work back to Kittle here in the middle of the end zone. So here we go, ball snapped, has his feet ready. You can see the angle, the helmet stripe, everything looking to the right. So Williams, if we go back a little bit, you're going to see his reaction. He starts to shift over, and that's going to open up just enough of a gap for him to work back and fire this ball into Kittle. All right, so good use of the eyes there by 17, opening up that window. Now he's worked back, ready to fire. And Williams has over pursued, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Niners. Here you're going to have a nice power run by the Niners. You're going to have the guard that pulls. You're going to have down blocks all around the front. And eventually you're going to have a down block from the receiver as well. And that's just going to spring Jordan Mason up for a decent gain. Cox he's not able to get off the block here. Gets too far inside, can't keep contain, and that's going to allow Mason to get upfield for a big gain. All right, next play, we've got a 4th down. This is going to be a cover 3 sky. You're going to have your deep thirds. You're going to have McKinney on the curl to flat, another here on the curl to flat. So this is going to be a play for McKinney. He's going to have to be tasked with, on this 4th and short, matching up with the underneath receiver, which happens to be McCaffrey, to have this unintentional rub, right? Trying to make contact with his zone defender. And McKinney's going to do a decent job of avoiding that contact and following McCaffrey and able to get a hand up and bat the ball away. So on a 4th down, 4th and short, able to make a nice play there to get the Packers offense on the field. We'll see it from the end zone angle as well. Zone coverage, but he's able to match. He's reading the eyes of the QB, sees what the read is going to be, and makes a play to stop the Niners offense. Next play, I want to show Mr. Carl Brooks here. Very, very good in the run game. And Slayton had a great day in the run defense as well. But you're going to see here, Carl Brooks getting a nice push, making it easier for his teammates to get this tackle for no gain. All right, we'll see it again from this angle, but he's going to take on 2 blocks here and still drive into the backfield, which is going to force McCaffrey to cut up. He can't continue going outside, and you've got a good flow of the backers coming in to make the play. So Slayton there as well. You'll get a nice view of this from the end zone angle. So Carl Brooks taking on 2 offensive linemen, still maintaining his outside leverage. And then Walker's able to recognize it, break down on his inside hip. So it's going to force McCaffrey to take this step upfield into Slayton. And that's a nice run stop there on 2nd down. Now you're putting the Niners into a passing situation. And you've got a simple kind of levels concept here over the middle of the field. Trying to get these 2 on separate levels, right? Trying to get the backer to come up and play this aggressively at the sticks and hopefully getting this receiver behind him. All right, so Walker's eyes, the ball is already in the air. And this gets thrown behind Samuel. So he did hit his intended target in the hands, but Samuel's not able to come up with it, and that is a pick for McKinney. So nice interception there, able to turn the 49ers over and get a nice return to put the Packers within the 25, 26 yard line for a potential chance to score. And then we're basically going to end on the other turnovers. So we've got a slip here, Van Ness getting around, forcing a fumble, and a nice recovery, putting the Packers offense into the red zone. So a lot of these turnover opportunities giving the Packers a short field. That's why you're going to get this kind of blowout win of 38-10. So good pressure there. Obviously, Van Ness is a free rusher. He's able to get beyond the pull. They had essentially a pull play action. And then he's one-on-one with McCaffrey. So a defensive end should be winning that. Forces the fumble and a clear recovery. And this will be the last play that I show. Got a screen here to McCaffrey. Looks like it's going to be a huge gain. But you're able to get in and get the ball out at the very end of this run. So it looked like a dangerous play for the Packers defense, putting the ball in McCaffrey's hands, able to avoid a tackler there, avoid a couple more tacklers that are pursuing from behind, and then you've got Nixon coming in with that punch at the very end, knocking it out before his elbow goes down, and then you've got a clear recovery from Brooks. So well done by the Packers defense, forcing these turnovers and preventing the big scores by the 49ers. Now, that's going to be it for this video. A solid day for the Packers defense. Only 241 yards given up, only 44 rushing yards. Even though they had McCaffrey back, he only totaled 31 yards. So just an impressive day on the defense, forcing turnovers. Things were working. Of course, gave up 1 touchdown and 1 field goal. But hey, you know, that's a solid day for the team if you're only giving up 10 points to an NFL team. You know, they had the injuries on their side this week, so they're able to take advantage of that, not slip up, and play winning football. So, again, that's it for today. Thank you guys for stopping in, and I will be back with more videos, just grinding out these videos, trying to catch up, and hopefully we'll be back on schedule within the next few days. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.